One of my subscribers just brought my attention to a channel that's trending right now, possibly the most viral channel on YouTube at the moment. This channel, Family Life English, has been able to rack up over 20 million views in a little over a month. If you look at the views their videos are getting, most of them are either sitting in the hundreds of thousands or they've crossed the million view mark. This one, that was created 4 days ago, has already passed a million. The same applies to this other one, posted just 5 days ago, and these others. Majority of their remaining videos are sitting at hundreds of thousands of views. That's how viral their content is right now. And the interesting thing is that they're not doing anything unique. In fact, the kind of content they're creating revolves around teaching people English, helping people learn how to speak English through family stories, daily adventures, and real-life conversations. It's something simple, but the content is really intriguing. And this isn't only for kids. Anyone looking for a simple way to learn English, whether you're a kid, a teen, or an adult, it caters to everyone. So viewers can sit at home, watch some engaging family stories, and still improve their speaking and communication skills at the same time. Now, one thing I noticed about the channel is that they seem to have a 24-hour live stream going on every day. So if you're going to jump into this niche, you need to keep this in mind. We'll talk about some simple tools that you can use to do this later in the video. But first, let's go through the entire process of creating the videos, including making sure the characters follow the necessary dialogues in the story. I've also created a free tool for Google Flow that can quickly speed up the entire process in a few clicks. We'll even look at the editing process before we end everything with thumbnail creation. As usual, I'm going to put every prompt inside a Google Doc, which you already know where to find in both my Discord and Skool communities. Once you have the doc, simply open it and you'll be able to access every single prompt we're going to be using, including the link to the Google Flow tool I mentioned. The other thing you're going to need is a text generator. You can use ChatGPT or Gemini, but I personally prefer Claude. You don't need a Pro or Max account for Claude. The free version works perfectly for this niche. So make sure you have it open and use the topic prompt to generate the necessary ideas. It's going to create 35 topics in the same style as that channel. It even adds the necessary emojis and everything else as well. If you don't want the emojis, you can always remove them. But if you're all right with the topics, pick one and start working with it. In this case, I'm going to pick this one about a doctor finding something in Henry's ear. These videos mostly involve dialogues between characters, so it doesn't have a typical narration. All you have to do to create it is to use this prompt. Don't forget to replace the placeholder with your chosen topic before submitting to Claude. Now, the interesting thing about this particular niche is that for each video they drop, they have a bunch of stories inside that one video. The first story will be related to the topic itself, the title of the video. Then it's followed by a bunch of other stories, usually related to the overall theme. So one script can contain several different stories. Additionally, they leverage the in medias res storytelling technique in their stories. That's simply a storytelling technique where you start from an action-packed scene somewhere in the middle of the story. You start from there, and then you go back to the beginning and tell the story all the way through to the end. So in this case, the first version started with Henry having something in his ear, screaming, and his mom and sister coming around, before the story went back to the beginning to show how it led to that situation. Now, once I regenerate it, we have a different opening. This time, the story starts with him at the doctor's office already. Instead of opening at home with the mom, it opens with Henry already in front of the doctor, before it goes all the way down through the rest of the story. It's a great way of hooking the audience into the situation. If you look at the script, you'll see it always has the name of the character first, followed by their dialogue. This makes it easier to know who is saying what and which role is saying which line. So go through it, and obviously, if you feel like what the AI gave you isn't nice enough or isn't engaging enough, you can always make changes to it. Once you're done with that, and you have your story, the next step is to create your image and video prompts. Copy this prompt, making sure you've added your full script at the bottom. You can do this for everything or for each individual story inside the script. In this case, I'm just going to copy the first story. After the first story, there's the in medias res opening for the next one before it moves on to the rest of that story. So I'm going to do this for just the first part. The prompt is designed to break things into two main sections. First is the character consistency. Since this is a storytelling niche, making sure the characters remain consistent is very important. So Claude will go through the entire story for the characters and then give you image prompts to generate the featured ones. That way, you can use them as reference when generating the actual story images. There's Henry, Lily, Mom, and the doctor. Claude created very detailed character prompts for each of them, from clothing style to even hair accessories. Right below that is the next section, which shows the full image and video prompts including the dialogue for the characters. Here you have the script line for that particular beat. Then there's the characters in the frame. For this one, we have Henry plus the hands or shoulders of the doctor. So the doctor actor himself may not be showing fully, but his hands or shoulders are in frame. Then you move on to the image prompt for that particular scene. There's the full image prompt here, followed by the video prompt specifically created for easy VO3 video generation. It includes the camera angles, individual dialogue, how the voice should sound. Everything is included for a perfect lip sync. For the first story in the script, Claude has generated about 53 beats. So now you need to generate the images with your favorite image generator. Both Flow and Meta AI do pretty well with Pixar animation style images. We'll be testing both, but the choice is yours. And like I said at the beginning, I'll be showing you a simple way to speed up the entire process. But first, let's do it the manual way. You need to generate the reference characters. So paste the first prompt and see the result. This looks pretty good, so go ahead with the rest of your characters. Let's see what we get from Meta AI as well. Just click Create Images, and from there, paste the prompt. Let's see the kind of characters you can get from Meta. These tools are really good when it comes to creating Pixar-style animated characters, so the results are really impressive. Now, once you have all of your characters ready, go back to Claude and copy the prompts. For each beat, you'll notice that there's a section showing you the exact characters that should be in frame before the image and video prompts. Add the stated characters for the beat. In this case, there's Henry and the Doctor. Those are the two characters we need. Paste the prompt and you should get your results soon. Results from Meta AI also look equally great. I think it's even showing much more vivid character reactions. Now you need to repeat this till you're done with all of your images. Once you're done, you need to animate them, of course. For the animation, make sure the video prompt for that particular scene is copied and pasted in here. Go with whichever model you prefer. But OmniFlash is fast and produces some pretty good results for this style of video. Let's go with that. Now check out some of these results.
Doctor, it hurts. Something is stuck in my ear. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out.
You can see the tears flowing as the kid is crying, facial expression, and even the lip sync. And most importantly, the words are very clear. The dialogue shouldn't be fast. It should be slow enough that anyone can hear and understand exactly what's happening. So it added it perfectly with a nice zoom in, as you can see. Make sure you keep at this until you have all of your video clips generated, except that this process can take quite a bit of time. You need to create images and animate them one at a time, which is honestly quite time consuming. Fortunately for us, Google Flow has provided a simple solution for boring tasks like this. You can now build a simple tool and use it to create all of these resources. And if you're new to prompting for these tools, no need to worry. I've actually already made one specifically for this niche. Simply click the link inside the Google Doc, and you should have full access. This is the page that you're presented with. Here you get to decide which image model you want to use, Nano Banana 2 or Pro. There's the video model as well. You can go with Omni or VO. Video duration is set to 6 seconds default, so if you want longer clips, don't forget to change those. I'm going to change it to 8 seconds for this demonstration. This is the most important part, the workflow stage. You have two options. The first is cast and the second is storyboard. Cast is where you add the characters you want to use in your video. Since we have 4 characters right now, I'm going to add every single one of them. First, you click Add Character. I'm going to add Henry. Copy Henry's description, make sure the correct name is added, and then paste the description as well. Then add the second one. As you can see, it's added as a cast entry. Make sure the characters are correctly named, and do this for any other characters in the scene. You can generate individual images for each character. But to simplify things, I added this button here. Click it, and it will generate every single character for you right away. As you can see, it's created all 4. You can click on the eye icon to see each one. If you don't like any, feel free to regenerate. Now that you have all of your characters, the next step is to go to Storyboard. Make sure your models are still selected, OmniFlash and the duration. The strategy here is that we want to add each image prompt along with its video prompt. You're going to add all of your image and video prompts at once. The system will then create every scene for you inside the storyboard. It's going to create the scenes and then animate them as well. This is the format you're going to use for each image and video prompt pair. You first need to add the image prompt. Add a space followed by the pipe or vertical bar. Then add space again before you paste the corresponding video prompt. Go to the next line, or better yet, leave a blank line between the first pair and the next one. It's quite simple. This shouldn't take too long, but if you don't want to spend time doing all of this manually, Claude can quickly put everything together. Just give it this simple command. It'll format the image and video prompts in that exact format for you. As you can see, the first one starts with image prompt 1. Then it's added the pipe sign and then the video prompt directly after. Same applies to the other prompts. You can ask it to take off these labels, but this is just the system's way of showing you that this is image prompt 2, or even image prompt 3. However, you can leave it the way it is, as it won't have any effect on the generation, so copy them all. In my case, I'm only going to copy 15 for the demonstration, but you should grab them all. Once they're copied, come back here and paste like this. Simple as that. From here, you only need to click Parse Scenes, and the system will split all of these for you. It's added the image prompt and the corresponding video prompt for each of the 15 beats. And the best part is that for each one, the characters featured in that scene are automatically selected. Scene 15 has Henry and Lily in it, so both of them have been selected in the cast, while Mom and the Doctor are not in the scene, so they haven't been selected. For each scene, only the characters present are selected. This one has only Henry. This other one has Henry and Mom. Another has Henry and the Doctor. It does that for every scene. Once you have that, you can go ahead and click Render Image for each of them individually if you want, or render all frames. It will start with the first one, then move to the next, generating all of them one at a time for you. Since we're dealing with kids, Nano Banana may notify you of some policy issues, so in case any generation fails, a simple tweak should get the generations going. In this case, the first scene failed, but the system automatically moves on to the next one without breaking the flow. The best part is that it's keeping the characters consistent. Now, if you look here, you'll notice the batch action. This is the number of images it was actually able to generate. It created 12 out of the 15 scenes we gave it, so 3 failed due to Google's moderation. This can usually be fixed by just changing a few things in the prompt. In this case, the close-up on text seemed to be triggering the policy violation. The fix is quite simple. Changing it to close-up shot of should make it pass through the moderation. Each time we successfully generate something, it's added to the batch count here. So now we have 14 out of 15, with the last one finishing now. You'll notice that the character consistency was maintained throughout for all characters. It even kept the red bow in Lily's hair. Now, you can animate the images individually, or simply click Animate Already, and it will start animating every scene that's ready. Just as it did with the image generation, the video clips will be created one after the other, till everything is complete. Check out some of the results here as well.
Doctor, it hurts! Something is stuck in my ear! Get it out! Get it out!
So this tool simplifies everything. You can just leave your computer while the clips are being generated. Once you have all of your files, it's time to put everything together. Make sure you download them all at your preferred resolution. Now, this tool cuts down the video production process significantly. However, that's only good for this niche, and frankly, still requires quite a bit of work. But if you want a system that can simplify the entire process for you, I mean something that can clone any trending faceless niche for you in minutes, check out this tool Heckless that my team has been running. We recently added some new updates that now include free voiceover characters for both starter and pro users, and we have more updates coming soon. As long as it's a faceless niche you want to model, or a faceless niche you want to create videos for, Heckless can help you create it. You don't need to wait for myself or any other faceless content creator to create prompts for a niche. Heckless can help you create the entire video. It's able to analyze the niche, their topic styles, script style, even visuals, and help you model it. All you need to do is paste the link to a model channel, and Heckless will do the hard part: script, voiceover, images, animation, editing, even the final thumbnail. And the best part is that it uses the latest image and video models including Nano Banana 2 and Pro, Kling 3, VO3, Grok Imagine, and even Seedance 2. Additionally, the whole thing is highly customizable. You can make changes to script, visual style, or anything else. So in case you want to use Wojak visual styles for your video instead of the same thing that the channel you're modeling is using, Heckless can quickly get that done for you. So if you're looking at starting any trending faceless niche or speeding up your content production, head over to Heckless.com and sign up. You can also check out this video at the top that goes through the entire process of creating videos using Heckless. Now, it's time to put everything together. You can use whatever video editor you prefer, including CapCut. This type of video is quite easy to edit. You don't need to do much. Simply arrange the clips on the timeline. Once that's done, add a filter that you like. Don't forget to add captions. The whole purpose of this style of content is to help people learn English, so you need to make sure you add captions. That's very important. Finally, export your video at whatever resolution you want.
Doctor, it hurts! Something is stuck in my ear! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out!
Hold still, Henry. Do not move your head.
I am so scared. I cannot hear well. Mom!
As for the thumbnail, grab the thumbnail prompt, making sure the topic and script have been added in their placeholders at the bottom. Paste it into Claude, and it will generate some thumbnail options for you. Test them out inside Flow for one that fits the look you're going for, and then download. Just like that, you've created your first video. Now, one important thing is to have a live stream ongoing so you can leverage that too. There are multiple options on the market, but OBS Studio does a pretty great job. The best part is that it's completely free to use, so you can use that to live stream your videos. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you, and see you in the next one.